What is happening, everyone? Welcome back to G-Ball Vision. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, whenever you're watching this. This is my daily morning EDC update and check-in. Before we get started, double check and make sure you are subscribed to the channel. I would love to have you here. And before you head out, hit that thumbs up button. I greatly appreciate it, guys. So, it's been a little bit since we've done a check-in update, and there's a couple reasons for that. The first one is the March Madness Knife Edition series that I'm doing has been taking up quite a bit of time. I'll link a card for one of the videos here up in a card if you haven't seen that yet, but I am running a March Madness Knife Edition. It's a big tournament with 32 knives, and there will be a champion crowned sometime in April. And then I've been waiting on some videos to go public of some items that I've wanted to bring in to these updates, and I just couldn't bring in the items without releasing the unboxing video. But those videos have all pretty much been posted at this point, and one of the very first items I want to bring in is the Jack Wolf Knives Gunslinger Jack, and this will be the March release in 2024 here. Sorry guys, forgive me, I will wipe this off, but this hand satin S90V blade just really loves the fingerprints. So, the Gunslinger Jack here will be the March release, and guys, I have to say, the only other knife that I could closely relate to this one as far as how it feels, how it's built, and anything that's kind of remotely close feeling is some sort of Pena, but this is a little bit bigger than most of the Penas, and it's got just a different feel. With that gun stock handle, the clip point blade, the full length backspacer is a beautiful touch on this knife. And then the anodizing to match the carbon fiber or whatever inlay you get with the knife, you get matching hardware. And in this case, we are gold matte fat carbon fiber, and it looks absolutely beautiful in person. The camera does it some justice, but not quite enough. And then the hand satin, guys, is just beautiful. I don't know how well we'll be able to pick it up, maybe right there. But just a outstanding job. Look at that hand satin. Whew. And then the detent on this thing is perfect, especially for that fuller and reverse flick. It literally tings and sings every single time you go to open it, especially with the when I use my ring finger. I realized I could do that the other day, and it's just tuned so well for all the deployment methods. And then you can even thumb flick this guy out if you wish. And the cool thing about this knife is the lock bar is hidden very well by the inlay. You have just a tiny little bit to access there, or to get in your way, I should say. You have plenty of good access to the lock bar, very easy to disengage, and very comfortable as well. But as far as something to get in your way or hinder you, whether you're righty or lefty, that is a very well executed design cue from Ben right there. I think companies need to take a lesson from that and realize you don't need this big, long, exposed area for the lock, especially when we're talking about a bolster style lock like this. You only need a little bit poking out there, and that's just very well executed. The fit and the finish on these is just insanely good. They will be out March 15th. That is one of the new knives that will be heavily in my pocket for the foreseeable future. Let's go ahead and we'll get to the next item. So I've been waiting about 12 days to get this thing in one of these early morning EDC updates. This is the new Refin brass pen. bolt action, and it is tactile turn, guys, is kind of, that's kind of my, I don't know. They're the ones that I really, really like, and I've tried a lot of different pens at this point and a lot of different bolt actions. There's something about this Refin, that very small bolt or that protrusion button for the bolt action. It's just nice and minimal, but it just works so well. I don't know if you can do that with a tactile turn. You can literally just kind of throw this guy down and it's going to open or close, and you can get in a good rhythm and just keep doing it if you really want to piss somebody off. And then it's got a nice pocket clip on it. The machining is just excellent, guys, and I believe these are still available, and they are a pretty good price. It's not too small and it's not too overly big either. This is like a great size to not cramp your hand but still be able to carry this thing around, and it's really not that heavy for a brass pen. I would say it's a lot like a lot of titanium pens that I get in. It's not extremely heavy by any stretch of the imagination, and very well machined from Refin. And that'll be the pen, guys, going into the EDC updates, and I think it'll be a perfect match for the Gunslinger Jack there. So the next item is also going to be coming from Refin. I will have links to these down below, and then you'll be able to pick these up at any of your favorite retailers if you're wondering. But what we have, guys, this is a Refin Wallet, and I have had this in my pocket for a while. If you remember, we did have the Artco pouch for my wallet, and that's what I used for a little while, and then I got this set in, and this is, just pure wallet. I moved that Artco pouch to kind of just for gear, right? But the awesome thing about this, guys, is not only is it extremely well made, but it comes with this bottle opener, flathead, dual flathead, little mini wrench, mini pry bar, nail puller, and it comes, let's see if I can get it out here, and it comes with this titanium toothpick or needle, whatever I mean, it's not really a needle, but you could definitely use this for a couple of different tasks. And that's what the wallet comes with. They are stitched in there very nicely, and I've been carrying this thing for, I don't know, the last like 2 weeks or so, and then there's a nice open spot here for either more cards or cash or whatever. But that is going in my pocket and is going to pretty much stay there until something removes it. And it's got RFID protection within it. You got the little Refin logo stitched in there. And like I said, guys, this thing is nicely stitched all the way around. Nice and rugged. The leather's nice. I don't know if they have other colors of this, but this is the one this would be the one I would choose right here, the black one. The next thing that I've been carrying a lot is the EMP EDC Pulse OTF. This is coming in MagnaCut. It is USA made from EMP EDC, and Axial Gear is the ones who OEM this for John and EMP EDC. We have a beautiful stonewash MagnaCut Tanto blade, the prototypical cutout like EMP EDC does with the little fuller mix, little bit of jimping up on the spine there. The aluminum handles have this beautiful milling done. It's grippy, but it feels really good in hand. And then we have a titanium pocket clip back here to match up with that milling. This thing is extremely comfortable in hand as well. It's a nice width as far as how tall the handle is, and it's got a nice thickness to it, to the point where and it's nice and neutral. So this thing is extremely comfortable in hand. You don't feel that pocket clip at all. It's just, it's really nice. OTFs aren't going to be for everyone, and typically they're not my style either. I do have a couple of different autos, but being as this is a EMP EDC, his first USA made knife, I've made it a point to not only get one, but to carry it and use it as well. The switch is done extremely well. It's comfortable, easy to actuate. There's a nice amount of take up, and then you hit a little wall here, and then that thing just fires out. Same in the reverse. There's a little bit of take up, and then you hit a wall there, and then once you cross that wall, it will close and go home. So nice, and it's every single time. Every single time, that same spot, it fires. And then same in the reverse. I pretty much already have it down. It's there, and boom. It's just really nice, and it fires out very, very well. And like I said, this is probably one of the best switches for an OTF that I've ever handled, if not the best one. It's not too rough, but it's got enough texture to it that it actually, grips your thumb or whatever finger you're using, and you can see how fine those are. There's some dirt and whatever else in there for me carrying it around at work, but it works really good, and it's the first OTF I bought in a long time, or the first auto I've bought in a long time, and I am really, really liking this thing, to say the least. Let's go ahead and we'll get to the next item as well. So this next one up, guys, is another knife that I can't keep out of my pocket, out of my hand, the VAS Thunderbird. I think this is a newer configuration to their lineup, I think at least. So we have a blue and black Damascus. We have a black washed M390. This is a dual ground Tanto drop point harpoon blade, and it's sporting their button lock, the Trek lock. It's not the same as their plunge locks. It is a little bit different of a system. And then this has a fuller into a cutout, and it has a front flipper and rear flipper, and the lockup is solid on this thing. It's comfortable. It's kind of flashy, but not too loud. I can't get it out of my pocket for some reason. I really enjoy carrying this thing because it's a button lock, but it's got nice strong springs, so it's fun to use the rear flipper. It's fun to use that front flipper as well. It's just really well done, especially for like the reach around or the index rollover. And then between the fuller and the cutout, there's just a ton of ways to open it, and they're all very pleasing and satisfying to use. So it's just really nice. It carries well. It's not too heavy. It's not too wide, not too long. It's a good size, good materials, and these are very affordable. I want to say like $130, maybe $120. And for M390, Damascus, a good solid build, that's not a bad price at all, in my opinion. And that might be on the higher end. You might be able to find them a little bit cheaper at other retailers, but that is about roughly what VAS charges. And there's another one that I've been having trouble getting out of my pocket. We'll bring that out right now. And that is this Trivisa, guys. This is the Trivisa Columba, coming with a satin finished drop point 14C 28N blade. And guys, I really, really like this thing. I like this more than most, if not all, of my budget Migrons. If this had a titanium pocket clip, guys, whew, this thing is so, so good. It's comfortable. It's got a great finish on the blade. The satin finish is really, really nice. It's a good size for me. It's a little bit bigger of a folder. I think 3 3/4 for the blade length, I think. We have a nice cutout. It's not all the way through, so I really like that change up, from just doing a cutout and doing it all the way through. We don't see this a whole lot, and I really, really like it. The flipper works good. They jimped it well. And these come in, I don't know, $50 or so. This is something I picked up because I thought it looked really good. And the detent is tuned nicely, especially for that reverse flick. It just fires out. The micarta is really nice. It's a little bit different of a micarta than I'm used to, but I like it. I won't mind seeing more of this type of micarta. It's hard to explain, but it's a little bit different than, like what Kaiser, QSP, those companies use. This is a little different. The other thing that I think is masterful on this knife is not only do they chamfer that liner, but they jimp it as well. And it just makes for an extremely comfortable and easy disengagement of that blade. It carries good, nice minimal deep carry clip, great action, came with a great edge. It's got a nice tough steel in 14C, and they're very, very affordable. I'll have to find out if this is a 2024 model from Trivisa. I don't know if it is. It might be 2023. But if this is a 2024 model, I need to find out, because this will be holding a place as one of my favorite budget or affordable knives so far this year. Centered, just they didn't miss anywhere on this thing. I mean, they even gave a decent micarta backspacer. I wouldn't have mind seeing that come up a little further, but can't get everything we want. But just a solid EDC knife, guys, and a really good price point as well. And 14C has become basically a staple. As far as affordable knives go, it's become a staple, and it's a steel that I really enjoy using and beating the hell out of, and it just keeps coming back for more, and it's super easy to sharpen or strop back up. Mainly strop for me, but it does strop up very well. That'll wrap this one up, guys. That is the EDC update for the past couple of days. There are a few things I left out, but for time purposes, we'll just keep it at that, and maybe I'll do another update here within the next day or two and incorporate some of that other stuff. And then we will be doing a review of some of the other stuff that we just finished up carrying, kind of a quick overview of each item, if you will, how it's done, held up, all that sort of thing. But let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys have a good day or night. Hit the thumbs up button. Let me know what you think. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button. I'd love to have you. Otherwise, I'll catch you on the next one.